to talk to both of you about 9 days. If it's okay, we're going to start with the lady.
Yeah, sure.
In the film, Emma is so focused on the present. That's such a great reminder for everybody. How much did you enjoy playing that role?
That was it was a great practice for me, honestly, and a reminder for me to remain in the present and to remain curious about what is in my world and what I'm choosing to let into my world. And, it was a bit of a challenge to kind of always remain, I think, open in that way of like receiving and staying in a very curious space. But I think that it is again like a reminder that this is something that can keep us light of foot and can keep us engaged in the world when things feel mundane or or negative.
And for you, Winston, you mentioned that for Will, your character is just being in this space of life or afterlife and some kind of punishment. Wanting out of life is an interesting space for an actor to be in. Can you elaborate a little bit about that?
Yeah, I feel with Will, it was interesting playing this role of a person who doesn't want to be alive, but is interested in a new start and is interested in kind of being something that he has never been before. And that's the only choice he has, because, I think if he had a choice, he would love to just disappear and not feel anything at all. But in this circumstance, what can he do? How can he control? What little control can he have in a space like this? And it's to not feel, it's not to expose himself to a lot of feeling, even though he's getting attached all the time to these spirits. It seems like a weird, I don't know, Greek punishment to not enjoy life, but have to examine it all the time and watch it all the time. And, for me, I feel like I walked away from this project just learning a lot of acceptance, of, we all love our light, and then we all tend to run away or shun our shadows. And it's really interesting to accept both of them and, get to a place of feeling more complete. And I think the movie was a lot of exploration of Will pushing away his shadows. Like he literally would allow his shadows to disappear.
And to finalize in real quick answers, if there was a moment you could relive, since this film consisted a little bit about that, what would be that moment?
Oh, goodness. I'm thinking of a moment I had with my dad where we went on a really, really long hike, and it was really hard, and I got like altitude sick and I could hardly breathe at the end, and we'd spent all day hiking and it was just us two. And when we made it to the top, it was such an emotional experience to share with him and to have overcome this thing that I physically didn't think I was able to do. And it was this really cathartic bond we had. And I'd say, I don't know, that was the first thing that popped into my head. And that was like a really special moment I had. So I would do that.
I think I would like to experience a lot of my first time doing things again. So like the first time I came to this country and like felt that, or like went into a really, really big grocery store and was like, wow, look at this. Or, first time I fell in love with different people. First time in college, like that first day where you're like, oh
yeah, that's a good day. Yeah. An interesting day. It's an interesting
day. It's like a cool day, and like it's just all new people. You could tell it's a new phase of your life, which new phases of your life don't always feel that new anymore. It just feels like another thing to do. So I feel I'd like to go back and experience some of my first times again.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much for your time. Winston, great talking to you again.
For sure.